Ladies and gentlemen, Black Ops 6 was just released fully today, and I really just want to give a quick controller graphics and audio like interface settings thing for a lot of the casual players. I know I'm not a professional by any means. I have been playing Call of Duty for a majority of my life, but I really wanted to get into the graphics to the casual player who just wants to do good in pubs and have a little bit of an advantage. All right. So personally for me, I use a PS4 controller. Really up to you, it's preference. I just have the bumpers flipped, so I use the top button instead of the bottom button. I play with no vibration on. That way, I don't know, feels weird on my hands. It might mess up your aim. I really don't know. The input dead zones. I lowered my left stick min and my right stick minimum to 8. And I believe I didn't touch anything else, but you guys can just copy that right there. Aiming, I really didn't touch anything. Just make sure you have target aim assist on. Sprint assist I have on, and that way I just can move my analog stick and I'll start sprinting. And then if I press it once, then I auto tack sprint, so it's a little bit more control. The corner slice, that's that new mechanic where you kind of like look with your gun, it like moves to the side a little bit. You can have that on or off, does not affect your aim. Auto door peek, don't have it. The slide behavior I have on hybrid. This is with the new Omni movement that's out. Which you can dive forward, backwards, front, you know, all around. It's pretty cool. I have it on hybrid. That way I can choose if I want to slide or if I want to dive or something like that. But I'm going to just go down my settings list here, and you can kind of copy it. Feel free to whatever you want to do. Again, a lot of these things are preference, so try it out. If you don't like it, go back to a different thing. It's all good. We'll go in here. Change zoom activation. Yep, all there. Tap to reload. Yep, prioritize body shield. Body shield is a new thing where instead of an assassination, you actually take the person hostage and you can shoot your gun while you're holding the body. It's pretty cool. I did it a couple times. So that's a controller. Right here is the graphics. Make sure that you have your display adapter on the graphics card that you were using, just to negate a lot of the misinput if you were not to. Display mode, put it on full screen exclusive. You're going to get more frames. You're going to not have your mouse drag to the other monitor. If you have two, it's just safer to have it on exclusive. Make sure your display resolution is to the same size as your monitor. And display gamma I have on 2.2. My brightness is on 60, so I can see in darker spots. If you have the opportunity to have the NVIDIA Reflex low latency, I have mine on plus boost. I have this on eco, you know, efficiency, low consumption. This doesn't really matter for like in gameplay. Custom frame rate. My monitor takes 240 hertz. That's the amount of hertz that it has. So I just cap it out at 240 hertz, the monitor wise. Out of this, doesn't really matter. Yeah, so then we'll go to quality. Quality, make sure you have a render resolution to 100, matches your monitor. Dynamic resolution, I have this off. Upscaling, a lot of times people are going to have this on like NVIDIA DLSS or something like that. But for me, Fidelity FX CAS, Fidelity CAS, I prefer that the most. And then I just make the strength all the way up so my game looks crispy. VRAM scale, I have it all the way up. No variable rating shading. Textures. Now, guys, anything that is with details and textures is all personal preference, okay? This is what I have so I can maximize the amount of FPS that I get. That way, the more FPS you have, the better of a chance you have to see somebody before they see you, and you can react. So my texture resolution I have on very low. That means the world is going to look really bad, but you're really only worried about the person. This I can honestly put on normal probably, and it wouldn't affect it, or low. But I have it on very low, so it doesn't use a lot of VRAM. Texture the filter, I have it on low. Doesn't really matter. Depth of field, I have off. I want to be able to see when I'm aiming in, so I have that on off. The detail quality, have it on low. I really don't need to name off of everything here. You can kind of just copy it. But local texture streaming, have that on low. Shadow quality, I'm kind of going back and forth with this. Sometimes I'm putting it on high. Sometimes I'm on very low. I can't really see if there's a huge difference between if someone's walking around a corner and you can see their shadow before you see them. You guys let me know in the comments if you do see a difference. Any of the screen spacing stuff is more for your gun and how it looks, like how the game looks for if people are live streaming or you're making videos or something, but that doesn't really matter. Continue to copy these settings if you do so. Any of these environment things I would just have on off. The environment would just get in the way, so don't have that on. Field of view, I have mine on 100. I think 100 to 105 is kind of like the sweet spot that people play on. If you do any higher than 105, you're going to lose aim assist. Or it won't be as strong. Your guy will be super zoomed out. And you'll be able to see more, you know, and you'll look like you're running super fast, but your aim assist will kind of stutter a little bit. So I have mine on 100. It seems to be working great. ADS field of view, like I said, preference. I have mine on affected. The weapon field of view, I do prefer you guys to have this on wide, so the weapon looks smaller. That way, you can see more on the game. If your gun's up higher, you know, you're not going to be able to see. Maybe. It's just a possibility. You don't want to have it in your way. World motion blur, off, everything off. The inverted flashbang, if you're like me and you have blue eyes, if that flashbang is hitting you when you have all the lights off and you're grinding, you just know that you're going to be blind for the next, like, 2 minutes. So I have mine on inverted flashbang. That way, I can, it just makes the screen black. That way my eyes don't get burned from the sun with all these flashbangs and stuff. And then we'll just go to audio here. Make sure that you just have it set to your headset. I prefer headphone bass boost. This makes your footsteps and sound effects, everything, have that real good crunch, and it kind of makes it seem like your headphones are surrounding. You can just hear things better, all right? And then, I don't know, I have reduced tinnitus sound. You know, when they throw the flashbangs or the concussion, you hear that, like, bing, like, really long, and especially when you're recovering from those things. This just lowers that. I definitely prefer to have that on. Hit marker preset really doesn't matter. I like the classic sound. You can have it on whatever you want. The voice chat doesn't matter. The interface, I do play it on the controller, like I said. Any of this doesn't really matter. You can have that on. The telemetry, I have the FPS counter on, which is it just on the top left there. You see, it just tells me what amount of FPS that I have is on. That way, I can know if I apply a setting and it drops my FPS astronomically, I can change that back. And the server latency, so I can blame lag instead of my lack of skill in pubs when I'm playing with friends. So then we're going to be doing readability here. This doesn't matter. The gameplay HUD is actually a new thing that was introduced. You can actually change your HUD. So as you can see there, my face cam is covering it up, but you can actually change which position all of your stuff is. So you're going to be seeing a lot of different HUDs in here, and then you can also just have redacted. You can have nothing showing up there. You know, they're all hidden except for the objective. So mess around with that, see what you guys like. The minimap shape, you want to have that to square. This is a very minimal change, but you will see like more of the outline of the map if you have it on square. You have more knowledge. Compass, this doesn't matter. Information really doesn't matter here, guys. All preference. You can kind of make things shade in the background. The last thing that I will cover here is the colors. Really make sure it doesn't matter what colors you put on here, but when you do the color filtering settings, I would prefer, so if you go to 1, this is what it would look like, right? Crazy. You go to 2, it's like that. It's really more. It looks better, pretty much, is what I'm saying. I would prefer to have that on filter 2 with both on for the world and interface, and have the intensity and color intensity all the way up, right? So guys, that's really going to be it. There's not much else. You know, you can make your crosshair. But if you just want to be casual and play in some pubs, those are the settings that I recommend. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you're enjoying Black Ops 6. And have a great one.